Our society as a whole is predominantly driven by emotion. If it feels good, do it. That is our culture's motto. And we see this played out in media absolutely every day. Today's section of Romans chapter 3 gives us an answer to the unrest that is in our culture today. And the answer might surprise you. Listen to what Romans chapter 3, verses 13 through 18 says. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asps is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And the way of peace have they not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes. As I was reading through this section of scripture, I couldn't help but think about what is going on in our culture today, the events that are being played out in the news absolutely every single day. And verses 13 through 16 of this section of scripture sounds like a scene that we could tune into any major network and view for ourselves. There is no doubt there is no shortage of opinions about how the civil unrest in our world should be addressed or handled. I was having a conversation just this past week with someone, and the old line came up that says, opinions are like armpits. Everybody has them, and most of them stink. It's important to look at biblical solutions for the sin that's going on in our world. Romans 3, 13 through 18 gives us the problem, and then it gives us the solution. Well, the problem is sin. The problem is people don't know how to talk to each other. The problem is when people do talk to each other, it's with such vileness and wickedness and bitterness that it only causes strife. These differences of opinions then, according to the scripture, then cause rage. And rage leads to death, destruction, and misery. Our society has absolutely no idea what peace is. And verse 17 says, they don't know the way of peace. So how does someone know peace in their life? Peace only comes from understanding who God is. God can only be known through his son, Jesus Christ. And once you know God, there is a fear that is produced. There's no doubt about that. But this fear isn't a cowering fear. This fear isn't a fear that God is looking down from heaven, waiting for the next opportunity to get you for something. That's not the fear this is talking about. This fear is a healthy, respectful fear that allows us to see God for who he really is. So what's the big idea of this passage? Well, in order for you to know peace, or anybody to know peace in their life, they must fear God. And the road to peace is paved with the fear of God. Don't be afraid of getting to know God better today. The more you know God, less strife, bitterness, and wrath will be evident in your life. Knowing God produces peace. Fearing God produces peace. You know, we can expect a lot from what we see on the news media. We can expect a lot from the people that we see on the news media. But the fact of the matter is, until people know God for who he is, there will be no peace. God is the road to peace, and only Jesus Christ can get us there. Listen, today, get to know God better. Allow him to show you who he really is. Have a great day.